Hey! Under the sycamore tree, I want to go walking and live with me. I tell it was under the sycamore tree. Under the sycamore tree, I want to go walking and live with me. Star 106 hits. It is the sounds of the artist formerly known as Lady Saw, now Minister Marion Hall, who no longer for no, don't care what the event is.
No, don't care.
You will never hear her, the originator, writer, performer of that song, ever even make, but she almost kind of wants you to forget that she sang them.
Gone are the days of the big ninja bikes.
Gone are the days of put me on your big ninja bike. She wants a car. She wants an SUV.
She wants
now.
a car. Oh my wheels,
actually. She's all into SUVs now.
That can house her children and grandchildren.
Yeah, she wants like the soccer mom car.
Yes.
You feel
Have
me?
you seen her gospel work now?
Yes, I've heard
one. Oh, she has a plethora. Get into it.
I've heard one.
She has videos and everything.
Okay, there's a room in my house here for Jesus.
Talk to me.
I think that's the one.
That's the big song. That's the big song. All right. So, how is it that here in the Bahamas, we can no longer, as lovers of reggae music for the longest, pretend as if you don't know what these songs are saying. How do we have a man, quote unquote, of the cloth, going on a pulpit trying to win souls for who? Singing songs that, like I said, it's just so ironic that the performer of that particular song will no longer, as a Christian, ever sing that song.
Clearly, he didn't read the room.
Like, I could see if you were doing a section of the song to draw a reference to something.
Like a sycamore tree, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe. So I'm not a pastor, but apostles is speaking parables sometimes. Like, oh, y'all will be out there singing under the sycamore, and then see if the church singing. But then y'all don't know the words, all the words, the ancient words.
Okay.
Y'all can't sing all of that. Why y'all can't sing all of that?
Okay, but then here's the problem with that. Because it would be nice if that was what it was. You're drawing an illustration.
Yeah.
But you go into a whole song list.
No, he thought he was to sting.
No, you go into a karaoke vibe. Like you go to recite your favorite track.
With the dances.
With the
Okay, so and then you go a step further as if this, if you want to add insult to injury and say, well, I's the biggest junglist in here. But did he go on further to say, or speak in past tense, I was the biggest, now I am.
I'm now reformed.
I am now filled.
So now what was the point?
The funny part about it is, like, this is the same guy that was getting on
Lawrence
Roll, right? But it almost seems like he was trying to copy what Lawrence Roll was doing when he said, listen, I would have been the biggest manizer, womanizer. But say, if not for the Lord who had saved me. No. But it came across as like he was trying to get to that. Like he was trying to say that.
How do we get to that when the next question is you tell your congregation, touch your neighbor and say, which donkey are you? But use the 3-letter word.
It's like, no, you're not doing it.
How do you intend to win the young people over in terms of getting, because young people are straying further and further away from the church?
Do you know what it is? I'm not saying this is the answer, but it's just for results like this, persons in this type of position who are not in charge, who take on the mantra of leading or spreading the spiritual word. I feel as if that we as this Christian nation, we don't hold persons in those positions accountable or to a high standard. We give it to more so, he praying for the Lord, or he.
So you think that's why the commissioner decided that he could have put a stop to this?
I don't talk on that because I may get locked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna get locked up.
No, but
let me give you a different example.
Let's get locked up for talking.
Because he is locking people up.
Yes, but with due cause.
No, yes, with that.
No, but what I'm saying is, again, maybe this is an example that ain't nobody, even if you is a man of the cloth, you will do the shuffle. You want dance on the pulpit, we can have you dance up the stairs to the pulpit.
But also in terms of accountability as a man of the pulpit, man or woman of the pulpit, when you take on that mantra, you take on that sense of that responsibility, you need to move in a different way, move with much more concern, much more detail. Because I'm not going to take a big moment like this, or let's say you carrying like that and so on your pulpit and say, "Oh, I see human too."
Yeah.
I
But you can
No,
say
what?
that you human too. I remember the pastor that who was a very dear friend of mine in Grand Bahama,
Mhm.
who used to, well, two of them in particular, they used to be dealers.
Mhm.
And I don't mean
Okay.
in the casino.
Oh no,
Okay?
not the cards.
Not the cards, right? And they will take you back to that place of being on that boat and the engine off, and
Oh,
they
they was
tell you,
about that
yeah,
life.
they was about the life,
Okay.
all right, and they will tell you about that. But look at the example now. Look at who I am today.
And that's a
Mhm.
There is
Today.
testimony.
Thank
exactly.
you.
It's just a rowboat.
Robo.
It
Okay.
is a testimony.
Okay.
All right, and that's different. Look at
Mhm.
Mario, Uncle Mario, as you
Mhm.
Oh,
say.
I love to say.
If you listen to, he'll tell you about his life prior to, and you
Mhm.
will know that he is giving you an analogy. It's a
Mhm.
story.
Mhm.
I'm telling you from whence
Mhm.
I came.
Mhm.
You understand? This now raised two eyebrows and two toes
And all both my hands.
and both your hands, and they weren't raised in holy hands.
Thank
No.
you. I have a
Um,
question.
Go ahead.
What Christian counsel had to say about this?
I haven't heard anything.
My the
I
scary.
thought Delton would have been out to the courthouse,
Thank
being the
you.
one as the head
Thank
to go and
you.
represent and say I am here for him. But it was Bishop Lawrence Road.
Okay.
Empress, you got to think about this too.
Oh,
Silence says a lot.
Boom.
It's deafening.
Boom.
Exactly.
It's so deafening.
I
It's the
mean,
loudest thing happening right now.
thank you.
Because when I also circling back on the accountability, and because it was raising my eyebrows, is that not just him in the pulpit, but the
Mhm.
people who are receiving him as well.
Yeah.
People in their reaction. When I say we as a Christian, they should don't hold persons,
Mhm.
the man of the pulpit or woman of the pulpit or man of the cloth
Right.
accountable, because we have
Wow.
things like this going on, and people look at it like, oh, they trying to keep a good man down. They trying to keep my pastor down.
My good
Mhm.
pastor.
But then we also flip back to other situations, not just this. This is just a minute in comparison to others. But you also had pastors who are convicted rapists welcome back into the church
And
And
the
on the pulpit.
and on the pulpit.
Because God forgives. God is a forgiving God.
But at the same time, as accountability, whereas me as a member of this congregation, it's like,
Or the
okay,
leader of this congregation, rather.
rather
Not
let's say
member.
let's have me for an
The leader.
elder. Let's say where, like, how do we keep persons who are delivering this word accountable? Because then as a young person, I'm going to look at all of that.
Now, I know of a pastor quite recently who was who it was discovered that he was cheating on his wife,
Mm.
and the whole congregation was aware.
Mhm.
And he so gracefully and diligently stepped down.
Mhm.
In other words, I am not worthy to lead the flock right now because I have to find myself
My
once
household.
again. I got to sweep out this room and come again.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to wheel and wheel and come again if
that's
we're
me.
to dance on.
That's me accountable for myself rather than having someone say, "Ain't this you?"
Right.
Right.
Right, it's different.
It's totally
It's
different.
totally different. So again, where young people are straying away from the church, this is one of the prime examples as to why. Go ahead, young person.
No, I was gonna say
Hit me, young person.
the scariest thing for me in all of this is not that we caught him in the act of doing this, something that's so outlandish. It's the things that happen that don't get recorded, the things that don't go viral online, the subtle the subtle ideas that are put into really young and young fragile
Yes.
minds, people that really looking for something, reaching out for something. What kind of values you instill into them? Outside, if this is where we see you in your most viral moment, your most excitable moment, what really goes on inside your church?
Can you imagine? Because this is you in the authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
This is you authentically, genuinely in your church delivering a message when the
Right.
cameras are on.
Right.
So imagine how you even back to what self-control is, being able to keep yourself accountable when persons aren't around.
Mhm.
So then how do you carry a household? How
What does
I
that
mean,
say about the congregation? Those who I heard in the back in the pews clapping and laughing, and when he say, "Touch your neighbor and ask which donkey are you?"
neighbor, what donkey you got?
Not which donkey are which donkey
Are
are you?
And my thing is, it's like Jesus the blind leading the blind.
It's scary.
Like the pots leading the kettles, trying to tell us about the pots.
and the frying pan.
Trying to say there's a difference across the board.
Oh,
as a young person, it doesn't make me feel spiritually comfortable. Whereas if I come to someone for my, let's say if I'm spiritually going through a sense of turmoil, and I need a sense of a word or deliverance, and I come to you with confessions.
You know what comes to mind?
Hit me.
Again, you're trying to come across as cool.
Cool. And too cool if you ask me.
But again, I love to draw the illustration back to Pastor Mario Moxie. Who cooler than him?
That's right. That's right.
Come on,
You want to see a cool pastor? Mario Moxie and Auntie Erica.
Yes.
Go ahead. One of the members of the church. See, look at that.
No, I go to the church, right?
See what I mean?
I go to the church. I'm a member, proud member. But I just wanted to point out, yesterday after the arraignment of the pastor,
of said pastor,
the singing bishop was outside, and he said something in that side interview. He said, "You know, I understand pastors want to touch on certain topics and say certain things, but there are other books in the Bible that you can speak from.
Hallelujah.
There's a lot of things that you can preach on, and in this day and age, where people actually need that spiritual leader to be the spiritual leader and not just try so hard to be the school pastor, you can touch on all kinds of other things. You don't have to accuse anybody of anything.
To get your point across.
Don't use your platform for that.
And also, just to touch on that as well, there's a lot of Christian folks who hear the idea of you being a prophet and saying that you deliver prophecies, and they feel as if that if this was law put on your spirit, you're entitled to save. But in this day and age,
God is not a God of confusion.
In this climate we living in, baby, my Jesus is so sure. My Jesus is so sure. So but being mindful of when you name drop and carry on like that, you need to be a realist as well.
I'm the type of person I see Christianity as, whereas you just help people to get closer to God. Yeah. Your role is not to judge anybody or condemn anybody because of how they live their life or what they do. That's not your place.
Amen.
Your role is just to help them. And let's
chocolate drop.
We're going to take a break right here. Oh, man. Free your mind. Whine on Wednesday right here on Star 106. The odds race.
Slam dunking, thrilling moments, NBA basketball season. Bring the game to your restaurant, bar, and office with NBA League Pass. From Cable Bahamas Business Solution, up to 40 live NBA games per week. Sign up now for special rates and discounts that can't be beat. Call 601-8911 for Nassau, 602-8811 for the family NBA League Pass. Cable Business Solution.
There is nothing better than seeing your child happy, and the decision to create happy moments is yours. Lactogen 3 with L Comfortis helps you nurture that happiness with probiotics that help you protect their tummy, vitamins and minerals for growth, and DHA for their brain development. Lactogen 3, growing up happy. Lactogen 3 from 1 year onward is not a breast milk substitute.
It's so nice they had to do it twice. Sunrise Cafe has opened its second location on Fire Trail Road in the Epic Battery Plaza, serving all your favorites, including their famous stuffed snapper, fettuccine, and other pastas, rack of lamb, and all your deli sandwiches and salads. Freshly prepared, tons of healthy options for all of those that want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Sunrise Cafe number 2. Calling your order at 341-4302.
Stars and hits live at 106.
Oh, because that final. That's another story. I'm the ops. That's the one. A couple of those, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be great.
There we go. Star 106 hits. Yes, it is. Free your mind. Whiling out on a Wednesday. I did not mean to ignore all of the comments that are coming in. So I will read quite a few.
Yeah, hit us.
Kivon says, "How can you call yourself a pastor but don't know the basic of right and wrong?" That's one. Another one says, "Trust me, Empress, as a young man who went through it, church hurt is the worst hurt. I dealt with two cheating, disrespectful, money-hungry pastors. Neither stepped down, and they only went on to target other blind fools just to continue their money free."
Ananias and Sapphira.
Take this time and platform to free your mind.
Wow.
Ananias and Sapphira.
I always believe in.
This one says, "You have to understand he chose to be a pastor. He wasn't called."
Ooh,
That's
Wow.
a lot of people are picking.
Many are called, but few are chosen.
But all of them on the pulpit, so you never know.
Everyone is. You have to have the discerning spirit to figure out the sheep from the goat, or the goat from the donkey,
Or really the wolves.
or the small donkey to the
from the
bigger
bigger
donkey.
donkey.
Which donkey are you?
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Still a 5 donkey.
I'm the one that Jesus rode on to get
I'm
into
the
Bethlehem.
Damascus donkey.
Okay.
Okay.
If I
Wow,
had-
let me take a donkey. Wow, let me try to scroll through some books.
You know what? Moving on in other news. Have you been seeing, people getting locked up? People, lots of citations when it comes to these public gatherings. But mind you, I've seen pictures of political parties and
Pictures.
mini rallies.
Pictures. Wait,
Pictures.
What am I missing?
Pictures.
You behind the gate, say.
Yeah.
That's how come you don't see that.
Come to my corner.
I'm just trying to
God.
understand if COVID does not reign amongst politics.
No. Once you see, eventually, let's say, what color shirt you have on, it'll say, "Oh, a green one, cool."
Oh, you're
Red?
straight.
You
straight.
Yellow,
Blue.
Oh,
now blue.
Now blue
Now
in
blue.
disguise.
That's how COVID don't get you.
Yes,
COVID was looking for yellow.
Ah.
So now it's gone to blue.
But you know what? Stop all the confusion. I'm happy the press conference just happened today that said that, even political campaigning
Must stop.
So
wild.
you're not above the law. $10 or just 20 t-shirts.
Thank you.
Well,
But
I think with the Johnson fella, now that he's doing the Nassau Street Shuffle, it shows you that nobody is above the law.
No.
Nobody.
No.
You sure?
You sure? Because
Listen, the entire holiday weekend, from Thursday night to Monday morning, a certain high yellow party. I don't know. There's one people in yellow shirts. I don't know what it was for. This red and yellow. At the end of my corner was having a party. I must see it was pest control. But they was having the livest party.
Never.
From Thursday night.
Never.
What area are you in?
What